No, you weren't about to scroll, as I'm about to tell you the most important piece of information of the day. I've been tagged in all kinds of videos about this, so I'm going to speak on it. The mass blackout, which is happening from November 25th to December 2nd, I'm all in. I'm engaging, I'm participating. I'll be advocating for this with the Big Beautiful Boycott. We'll be pushing that information in our Discord as well as on our website once it's up and running. The People's Sick Day, who I have also advocated for that movement and their leadership, they've picked these dates as well. All of us, we're all coming together because we have to be one unified front. I'm going to go through the list of asks. You guys are going to flip out. That's fine, but I'm asking you to stay with me because I have a plan for you on the other end of this.
Jeez.
First and foremost, if you want to take your country back, all you got to do is hit the pockets of the millionaires, billionaires, and the regime at the helm right now. They speak two languages, money and power. They hold hands. If you take away money, they don't have power. So the asks are this: no work. We'll talk about it. Don't flip out. No spending, no restaurants twice, by the way, super important. We don't need to go out to a restaurant to eat. We don't need DoorDash and we don't need Uber Eats. I lived in the 90s. I know there wasn't that.
Again, MC, this is real. She is having, like, she's not just a pretend liberal or just joking with liberal. She is actually a straight up liberal and deranged liberal. And I don't know how she spun this into a topic, but she did.
I'm confused. God, this is why I left the Dems in 2010. Why are we doing this? What's the target and what's the end result that we want? Like, assuming that we would follow something like this. Did she ever identify that?
No. She's just assuming that if you follow her, you will get on board with this mass blackout or walkout or whatever you want to call it.
This is the same thing that frustrated me about the Target thing earlier this year when they had like 33 black vendors sitting in their store selling their products, but for some reason my community wanted to boycott Target. But
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate that that way that boycott happened, but with this chick, and again, it's real because this woman has over 166,000 engagement, and I didn't see it here first. I saw it on other platform because I wanted to find a video of somebody really had a conversation on this, and this woman definitely had a conversation on it.
You know, I'm probably gonna make some lib heads explode on this. Some of the stuff she's saying is kind of Trumpish, TR, and I'm gonna tell you how. This ain't much different than the same strategy that he's doing with the tariffs. We know that the United States is the biggest consumer economy in the world. He's just flexing the consumer power of the United States. Oh, okay, y'all want to charge us with tariffs? We're gonna hit you with tariffs, and we're gonna discourage some of our consumers from buying products from your country. It's just the exact same principle.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No projects, no events. Let's talk about what all of this means and how to prepare for it. I've put together a checklist. All you have to do is follow the checklist and we'll be good to go. I'm also going to put this picture of this checklist in the comments, so make sure you boost that so it stays at the top. And also make sure you save a copy for yourself. Number one, essentials and groceries. People got to eat during this time, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to stock up on food, household items, and medications prior to November 25th. Now, we don't want there to be a surge in spending prior to the blackout. So what we're asking is that you buy from local or community owned stores whenever possible, and you only buy exactly what you need to get through that brief period of time. Number two, your finances. Make sure you pay your bills and complete essential purchases before the blackout period. We're not going above and beyond. We don't need to spend more than we usually do. Just make sure everything that is going to be due during that time is taken care of. We are going to avoid large corporate spending during November 25th to December 2nd. If you must spend, you need to do it within a local business, a small business, something like that. We are not going to engage with major corporations. Now, work is where people get a little bit hesitant. So we're just going to ask that you do what you can. If you have PTO that you can use, that you can take some days off, do it. If you can't, well, then you're still showing up, but you're doing only the essential work. You're not going above and beyond. You're not going in early. You're not staying late. You are taking.
Y'all getting fired. Like, yeah, y'all are getting fired. I don't know if you want to see any more, MC, but these people are getting fucking fired.
So points 1 and point 2, TR, are fiscal conservatism. Minimize your spending, buy local, don't support big chains. Keep it local and do minimum spending. That's fiscal conservatism.
Yeah.
Like this is a liberal protest spouting conservative principles, at least through half of them. The work thing, you're not going to do that. You're going to go and submit at work just like you do every single day. Stop trying to get these people fired unless
Yeah.
you try to overflood the unemployment office. Like
Submit
you
to
try
our
to
email.
yeah, you out here messing up people's lives. Some of that stuff she's talking about, we should have been doing anyway. Buying healthier food, reducing going out to
Buying
restaurants.
locally.
Yeah, like that's conservative talk to me. So playing right into what you play right
Yeah.
into the Republicans' hands.
I don't know what's going on with the liberals because we're seeing, actually, did we say we're going to talk about that today? Yeah, we are kind of. All right, I won't go too far. I won't discuss that part. But when it comes to like the liberals, like the No King protests, I mean, where are they getting this money? And I know it's rhetorical, but it's like you guys don't even see how you're being played or you're being used as pawns. You're not being the stuff that you're trying to do all these things. I saw a bunch of motherfuckers get arrested for the No Kings. They're mainly white people. Honestly, I rarely saw any black people. I mainly saw white people. Not, I mean, I didn't see any Mexicans or Asians, Indians. I mean, nobody ever asked about the Indians where they're at. It's mainly just white people just out there. Hey, no Kings protests, and fuck Donald Trump. Like, I get it, you guys don't like him, but how come it's just only white people and they're mainly older white people? Like, don't y'all got jobs? Like, I mean, I know it was on a Saturday or whatever, but it's like, do you really want to be associated to stuff like this? Because it can come back to haunt you. It can create problems for you. And we got a bunch of mofos about to lose their SNAP benefits as well, too. And so, from what everyone says, it's not mainly black people. All right, fine. It's not mainly black people getting on SNAP benefits, but it's mainly there's a lot of people on SNAP benefits. Majority is white. And if you're talking about the No Kings protest, are you guys about to lose your SNAP benefits while you're out there in your Apple Watches? Got your Apple Watch on, got your iPhone 17, got your latte and everything. Are you about to lose your SNAP benefits? What you're doing, is this really helping you further your push whatever message you're trying to put out there, though? Because it's gonna be a long 4 years.
So, TR, I know you know who Anna Paulina Luna is. We've talked about her before, but for those of you that don't know who she is, get familiar with her. She's making a name for herself in Florida. She's got a political future ahead of her. If you go to her Facebook page, I think it was yep, it was October 22nd. She kind of exposed a lot of there's like a big portion actually it's a small portion of the No Kings protesters that are being paid. They have 1099s and everything.
Yep.
There's a budget of $294 million going into some of these protests, and the average No Kings protester is not getting anything, and they're missing work, and they're just out there protesting for free. But there's a small set. This sounds like BLM all over again, honestly, TR. You get
Yeah.
the people riled up knowing that only a few people at the top are getting paid, and most people will never ever see the benefits from this. And I mean, I don't want any kings either, but this is his final term. He's not running again. You'll never see him again after this. Now, he'll still have some influence, I'm sure, just like Obama, which we confirmed on the previous show, was in
Confirmed.
charge during the Biden
Yeah.
administration.
Nancy Pelosi.
So why is it cool if your side does it, but the other side doesn't? This is why I'm on this political island, because y'all crazy over there on the left. Y'all are really crazy.
Yeah, we have a conversation coming up later to show you how crazy you guys have gotten. But this is my thing for the pro blacks. Is this the people you want to get in bed with? These old white people, liberal white people that are out here protesting, trying to, they're dressed up in Antifa garb. They are attacking the police. I saw a black woman that ICE was chasing a person down. Now, we've had conversations about men getting involved in situations where your ass should not have been getting involved, and now you got it. Now you call it two-piece, and you taking a dirt nap. Like, we have those conversations on here. And then I saw this woman try to trip this ICE guy, and then he turns around and he arrests her. I'm like, why are y'all stupid? Why are y'all getting involved? If the ICE got it wrong, fine, fight it in court. You mean to tell me, like, this is, and you know what the biggest problem is? We are seeing how far the government can go with citizens though, because these people, they make it easy to prosecute them. They make it easy to have excessive force against them because they're doing dangerous and reckless things that get people in trouble. And when I see these people just do these silly shit, do these no king and the no king protests, I mean, first of all, it was a bust. And then also there was violence. So I don't want to hear anything about January 6th. When every protest y'all motherfuckers have, there's always violence. So I don't want to hear any of that stuff. But at the end of the day, pro-blacks, are these the people you want to get in bed with? These people, like, I'm not saying you got to be a conservative. I'm not saying you got to vote for the Republicans. Yeah, I'm not saying you got to love Donald Trump. But you can't tell me that these white liberals are the people that you guys have the same agenda for. I don't believe it because none of them, what they never talk about is reparations. And y'all motherfuckers want some reparations. You're not gonna get it, but y'all talk about it a lot. So y'all need to have that conversation with all these white liberals and before you can have any other conversation. Because when you start having those conversations, you're gonna learn y'all don't got shit. Y'all don't agree on anything. Just like with the Palestinian folks, y'all don't agree on any shit other than hate Donald Trump. That's it. That's all y'all got. And after that, man, it's actually I mean, we dodged a huge bullet with Kamala not winning this because if she hadn't won into it, it would have been a clusterfuck.
Yeah, she just announced she may run again, by the way. She said
Yeah.
she hasn't decided yet. Um, is it just me? I looked at a lot of footage of this Snow King stuff. I saw a lot of white women and I saw a lot of rainbow riders.
Yeah.
Um, that's all I saw. So I didn't see too many men out there. I just saw a whole bunch of people. And here's my thing with these protesters today, TR, because I've never been the person that says that stuff's not happening, right? In
Mhm.
the past, there was a lot that was happening. There were actual political prisoners in the past, but anybody today, you're not really going through anything today.
Yeah.
You can build your own empire today. You just got to find the right like base to support
And
you. But one of the questions that Charlie Kirk used to always ask is what is it that I can do that you can't? He used to ask people that all
yeah,
the time. And I don't think that question was ever answered. The truth of the matter is, TR, if I can do whatever any other man can do.
yeah,
The only difference is the person who has the biggest supporting base is going to be more successful
yeah.
financially. And that's our problem ultimately. We don't have a good supporting base. So let's start there and build something out. But most of y'all complaining about racism and stuff today, it's not what it used to be back then.
Not even close.
At worst, it's passive aggressive people sitting in their basement who are just pissing you off behind body counts.
Yeah. And I tell you this much, when it comes to just like Charlie Kirk said, like, what can you do that they can't do? But also the other question is, what have you done with when the time you've been on this you've been born like 20 years, most of them are teenagers, or I mean, not teenagers, but 20 somethings. So they haven't been in this world this long though, but it's like, what has your family done to put you in a great position other than get you into college? And
Right.
maybe it stops there. But also, what have they done for the community? You know who has I hate to say it, but they took advantage of the system is the Somalians up in Minnesota because they got their own senator, they got their own Ilhan Omar. It's Minnesota, right? Am I thinking that right?
That's
Okay.
Minnesota. Yeah.
So they got their own senator up there. They got their own, Somali town. I saw a video. We don't have time to play it though, but this guy, he's this white guy. He's walking through. I forget his name. You guys might even know who he is. But he's walking through Somalia, or I mean, not Somalia, but he's walking through this mall, the Somali mall, and it's almost like you're probably just interacting with a bunch of Somalians, and they've used every and Charlie Kirk brought this up too. Every when it comes to what I'm blanking on the word. Any law that's been beneficial for black people or non-black people or for women, they've taken advantage of those benefits, those civil rights laws. There we go. And any civil rights laws that have been enacted for black people, they've taken advantage of all of those. They've gotten funding for their businesses. They've been eligible for food stamps and SNAP benefits. That's the real question I would like to know is that of the people on SNAP and welfare, are they Americans or are they non-Americans? Because they said non-Americans can get these benefits. I have a hard time believing that some of these, when these people come over and they're, they're illegal or however they get into the country, that they're not on these U.S. taxpayer paid programs. So that's the conversation that we need to have, but I couldn't find any data on it.
TR, I'm glad you brought up Minnesota. I just posted something in the chat. We don't just talk out of our ass on the Black Phoenix podcast. Minneapolis. Now, mind you, liberals always talk about separation of religion and state, right? Minneapolis, since April of 2023, has been one of the first cities to legally allow the Muslim prayer to be broadcasted over their loudspeakers 5 times a day.
Oh,
But these,
wow.
but the liberals always talk about the separation of church and state, but apparently mosque and state don't have to be separated. Man, y'all kill me with this logic. Y'all really do.
I never knew about that. Wow.
Yeah. I have a lot of family in Minnesota, TR, and Minnesota tries to disguise itself as a purple state, but it's one of the bluest states that you'll ever
Yeah.
visit. Like
And it,
you won't be there 20 minutes and you'll figure it out real quick.
and you know what's crazy? I don't think I've ever heard any pro black come out there and support Ilhan Omar. And I know she's technically from the motherland, but at the end of the day, is she doing what's in the best interest of Black Americans, or is she doing what's in the best interest of Somali Americans? Like this is what
Well,
precious
she's disrespected the flag multiple times, so she clearly doesn't care about the country that she's supposed to be serving.
Yeah, I don't know why I said American, just basically
Yeah.
Somalians. At the end of the day, like a lot of these people, like this is another reason why I had to leave the Democratic plantation. You're only focused on your group, but your group is being used to push other groups. Like that's the thing. People they don't want to understand that. They don't want to like hold anyone else accountable, other than if you're a Republican, conservative, or Trump. Those are only people they ever hold responsible. And this big tent party the Democrats are about to have, you know who's going to lose in all this? It's going to be the Black people that voted for the Democrats. They're going to lose. They have no voice anymore.
Their only argument is sign language. They're
Mm.
they're going to disrespect you for not thinking the way they do, and they're so busy telling us how bad Trump is that they have not given us any solutions to anything but deletions.
Yeah, facts. All right.